In this gripping story, Okoye, a relentless private investigator known for never blinking, chases a data thief, Chuks Uma, through the rainy streets of Port Harcourt. Chuks had stolen critical government intel, aiming to sell it to oil pirates. Cam's intense pursuit leads to a violent confrontation by the docks, where his quick thinking and fearless resolve prevent the data from falling into the wrong hands. The story ends with Cam disappearing into the shadows once again, his legend growing on the streets of Port Harcourt. The rain fell heavily on the streets of Port Harcourt that Friday night, painting the city in a blur of lights and motion. Neon signs flickered, car horns blared, and amidst the chaos, a man in a leather jacket sprinted through Garrison Junction like his life depended on it, because it did. Komara, Cam Okoye wasn't your regular private investigator. A former SSS agent with a photographic memory and an unwavering focus, Cam had a reputation. Cam never blinks. That wasn't just a saying, it was a reality. When he locked eyes on something, it stayed locked. And tonight, his eyes were on a man named Chuks, the Moluma. Chuks had stolen a hard drive containing classified security intel on pipeline surveillance and shipping movements, a potential goldmine for oil thieves and pirates. The government had tried to contain the breach quietly, but when all else failed, they called Cam. Cam was waiting at a local booker when he spotted Chuks exiting a battered Corolla across the street. Instinct kicked in. Cam's boots splashed through puddles as he followed him, weaving through crowds, dodging Okodas, and ignoring the yells of angry market women. The chase led them down Moscow Road, through the underbelly of the city, abandoned warehouses, shortcut alleys, and finally, the infamous Slaughter waterfront. Chuks knew the terrain well, but he made a mistake. He underestimated Cam's memory. Chuks darted into a narrow corridor between two containers. Cam paused at the entrance, scanning the shadows. A faint creak behind him. He spun, too late. A metal pipe grazed his temple. He staggered, blood dripping, vision blurring, but he didn't blink. Chuks laughed. "Old soldier, rest. This ain't your fight anymore." Cam responded with a punch to the gut, then another to the jaw. Chuks dropped the pipe, stumbled backward, and bolted toward the pier. A speedboat was waiting. Cam limped after him, each step a test of will. At the dock, Chuks turned, gun drawn. "Back off, Cam. I swear I'll shoot." Cam kept walking. "I said back off." Cam didn't blink. One shot rang out. Cam flinched, but the bullet missed, grazing the wood near his feet. In that instant, Cam whipped out a collapsible baton from his jacket and flung it like a spear. It struck Chuck's arm, the gun flew out of his hand and splashed into the river. The boat's engine revved. A marked driver was about to escape with the hard drive. Chucks made a desperate leap, but Cam caught his leg midair and yanked him down. The driver hesitated, unsure, and that was all the time Cam needed. He pulled a flash grenade from his belt and hurled it into the boat. Boom. Blinding light. Screams. Water exploded. The driver dove into the river and vanished. Cam pinned Chucks to the ground, rain washing over them both. "You were warned," he whispered, breath heavy. By morning, the story had already begun spreading in hushed tones around the city. The man with the eyes that never blinked had caught them all. The hard drive was recovered, the leak patched, and a major scandal averted. Cam disappeared from the headlines the next day, as always. No interviews, no glory. Just another mission complete. But those who crossed him would never forget the gaze of the man who didn't blink.